Mission Impossible 3 has to do with wealth. It is a potential major upgrade for humanity. Here's the mission. Many people on earth are unhappy because they don't feel they have enough of the good things of life. But in most people's minds, wealth is too narrowly defined as money and possessions. Therefore, upgrade humanity's understanding of wealth so that most people can better appreciate, maintain, and build on the many forms of wealth that they already have. Now, I thought about wealth and I realized that many people are unhappy. Only a few people a small percentage seem to have a lot of wealth and possessions and the imagined happiness that comes from that. And so the rest of us tend to feel impoverished, that we're the have-nots. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that there are many forms of wealth. Right away, I thought of a handful of forms of wealth besides money and possessions. Relationships are important, physical health, spare time, skills, knowledge. Most people, I think, realize those are valuable forms of wealth. But the more I thought about it, I came up with a list of 40 kinds of wealth, not even including spiritual kinds of wealth, which are debatable among people. But some of the 40 kinds of wealth, if you think about relationships, there's really the people that you care about and appreciate, but also another category are the people who care about and appreciate you. There's also a third category of networking contacts, people who can help you find a plumber or an electrician, for instance. There's the infrastructure of the country or city that you live in, a certain level of public health, museums. Those are part of the infrastructure. There is, I should say museums are more part of your cultural heritage. There's the language and the cultural heritage that you have just of your language. You have a certain amount of outer freedom, such as the rights, the legal rights that you have in your country. There are role models, whether they're good or bad role models. All right? In another area, your sexuality is a form of wealth. We are sexual beings. There are creatures, let's say trees, do not have or do not feel sexuality the way we do. They do not have that form of wealth. So what I did was, just having a list does not make you feel wealthy. Counting your blessings is the beginning of this. But I thought of an interactive exercise that the more I did it, the more I felt this enhanced self-esteem. I felt more in touch with these forms of wealth that I had. And I did not even go through all 40 kinds of wealth before I just had this enlarged, you could call it self-esteem or self-image. And I believe that that exercise or similar exercises can help put people in touch, can help you feel wealthy based on the many forms of wealth that you already have. And I believe that there are many major outcomes. There's less of a focus on money and power and possessions. Less focus on physical possessions is more environmental. We don't need as much stuff. As I said, it raises your self-esteem. We don't feel impoverished. And if being a multimillionaire or a billionaire is not so sexy, if there's not one supreme form of wealth, then the rest of us don't feel like have-nots. And being a billionaire or a multimillionaire is no longer so glamorous. So these are some of the aspects of redefining what wealth means on earth. Thank you for listening.